What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720. I'm back with another video. And the Sony Council versus the Cloud Gang. Look for that video probably tonight around 9 o'clock. So I'm looking for some ponies to beat up on. I don't give a fuck who it is. Jokers I had previous beefs with. You know what I mean? I got my Skype Zaire 720. Anybody who's out there claiming the PlayStation 4 is better than the Xbox One, hit me up on Skype. My Skype name is Zaire 720. Like I said, I don't give a fuck with big jokers. It can be the Hardy, BG, anybody I had previous beef with. Come on. Now, you know what I mean? You got this jokers, the Sony Council, leaving me messages in my inbox all on Facebook. You know what I mean? And Cloud Gang, baby, that's all I got to say, man. Bang, bang, Cloud Gang, you know what I mean? I don't throw up C's, though, but anyway, listen, excuse me, my blood brothers, I'm gonna go against my oath for one time. I'm gonna throw up this C right here, this C and this L, and this O, you know what I mean? For Cloud Gang, baby, you know what I mean? But anyway, on to today's video. It's a video I wanted to do for a while, and, this Sony now, Sony then, Sony now, about their streaming service. That's, you know what I mean, that you get to play, I'm sorry, PlayStation Now, you get to play their older games, their older library games on the PS4. That's their way of backwards compatibility. It's a paid service. I don't know what they're going to charge for this service. But I'm being honest, like I said, and these games will be in service will run in 720p. Because let's be honest, you ponies were complaining about 720p in the next generation. So calm the fuck down. You're going to be streaming these games in 720p. Remember, you guys didn't want 720p. You couldn't stand 720p. You know what I mean? But anyway, here's my thoughts on it. I'm gonna be real with you, and I said this before. I don't buy new consoles to play old games. I'm done with. I don't care if Halo 18 came out on the Xbox 360. I wouldn't buy it. I didn't even get Grand Theft Auto. Why? Because I knew the next generation consoles was coming out in the previous, in November, and I wasn't gonna play that shit. I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna buy it and have it for 3 weeks. Once I go, I don't look backwards. You know what I mean? That's just me. And that's how I am. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about all that nostalgia value and, nah. You know what I mean? I ain't go out and spend $400 on the PS4 and $500 on the Xbox One to play old games. Now, if this service was something to stream their newer games, you know what I mean, if there are newer titles that you can put in your TV or on my Vita, then yeah. And also, too, you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm gonna look at it from the other side of the fence, you know what I mean? Some people are into them old school games. Nintendo fans. All their games is old school. But anyway, that was a low blow, my bad. But anyway, you know what I mean? God of War 3 was probably the best game of the 7th generation, and I could play that on my Vita. But at the end of the day, it's cool. I could see me playing some of those games on my Vita, or maybe playing The Last of Us on my Vita. Dope shit, right? Yeah, but I don't know how. And another thing is, I understand if you already bought these games digitally, Sony is gonna make you're gonna have to pay for them again. You know what I mean? Now I don't know how much the service is gonna cost. If it's something like $10 a month, dope shit. But I doubt it. It's probably be about, I think, probably about $20 to $30 a month. And no, it's not something. I understand that it extends their library of games. But nah, you know what I mean? I'm not buying it, and I'm not going to buy it, you know what I mean? So, I'm just being real. But I'm not knocking those who do. I'm just me, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, what I eat don't make you shit, right? Huh? What? But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. Like I said, look for, I'm trying to gather up the stable now. I'm trying to get enough ponies in the stable. We're going to do this because, like I said, there's some new shit going on. It's called the Sony Council. You know what I mean? And, you know me, I'm your boy. I was there in the trenches, the only one repping the Xbox brand at the E3. I mean, I was on stage, Joker was throwing tomatoes at my channel. I was ducking and shit. Motherfuckers throwing onions and cans and shit. I was the only one out there repping for the Xbox, man. Because I told you guys, I said, listen here, you know what I mean, after the unveiling, they said E3 would be nothing about games, and what Microsoft did, You know, don't get me wrong. Even I was let down by that. You know what I mean? I get it, like I said, but the understanding the Xbox, I'm being real, is the centerpiece of my entertainment system in the home. You know what I mean? Upstairs now, this, you know, I'm just being real. Everything goes through my Xbox One. And I get what they were trying to do. And they said, came E3, and they pulled the same shit about some red box and all that shit. Yeah, I would have been pissed the fuck off, you know what I mean? But E3 came, and they showed me nothing but games. In 2014, Sony can't hang with the Xbox. I'm just being real. You know what I mean? I own both systems. Actually, I own everything. 2 high-end gaming PCs. You know what I mean? Both next generation consoles. But, you know what I mean? You know, Sony can't hang with Microsoft in 2014. I'm just being real. Titanfall. You can say what you want. Oh, it's only 6 versus 4. Look at Gears of War. Left 4 Dead. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Now, it depends on how big the maps is and how they do it. Dope shit. Like, you know what I mean? All, you know what I mean? Like, stop it. And that's the place. Most motherfuckers complaining about Titanfall are Sony fans. It's crazy you're not talking about your own motherfucking games. You know what I mean? You're talking about, you know, Xbox games. But anyway, look for that video tonight. Like I said, my Skype hit me on Skype. My Skype name is Zaire720. Some of you jokers that got me blocked on Skype, you know what I mean? I don't know if y'all think I'm joined up with the Sony Council. I'm trying to do a one-time only call. I'm willing to bury the hatchet. Bring your ass over. Let's get it in. You know what I mean? No hitting below the belt, so I don't give a fuck where you hit, you know what I mean? Only, come out swinging. Let me know why you think the PlayStation 4 and this Sony console is superior to the Xbox and the cloud games. I need to know this. The Xbox has more games, more features, a better online service. So, I'm confused. But anyway, that's just me, though. You know what I mean? Boop, bop, boop, bop. Yes, you can see, yeah, I'm off right now. I'm off my meds. I'm feeling loose as a goose. Say that I'm Bobby, man. Hey, I gotta laugh at my pain, man. You know what I mean? That's real talk, you know what I mean? I gotta laugh at my pain, man. You know, it is what it is, man. I'm in here popping pills like motherfucking, what's that motherfucker, the Joker? What's that nigga that played the Joker? That OD'd in the house, man. That's how they get through the day, man. But also, too, if I got another big announcement, no, I'm gonna say that announcement. You know what? I'm gonna throw my hat back in the ring. After this surgery, too, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a documentary. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get back in the ring. Real shit. If I can still see the punches, that's a big thing. If I can still see the punches, I'm gonna fight again. That's real talk. I mean, and I ain't got no excuse. My back ain't bothering me. Shoulders fixed. I ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? I ain't got no excuses. The hands, no more hand injuries, no excuses. What I mean by see the punches, I mean by if I can put my not be no punching bag and my reflexes are still there. You know what I mean? And first I know I'm gonna be gun shy. I haven't been hit gun shy. You know what I mean? But I might have to crawl before I walk. Like I said, I've been doing this shit. I've been boxing since I was 6, started fighting since I was 8. So it's naturally in me. You know what I mean? So what I mean by gun shy, motherfucker hit me, I might want to throw back without getting countered as being gun shy. But if I can still see the punches and counter, I'm gonna throw my hat back there and I'm gonna document it on my channel here. Man, ain't gonna be nobody's punching bag anything or cab job. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. This is my man Peter Parker calling me. It is what it is. Bang bang.